Hey everybody, HPJ here. Welcome to session 4 of the HPJ Podcast. Alright, well hello everyone, HPJ here. It is March 3rd here in the US. And welcome to session 4 of the HPJ podcast. And yeah, the title is actually correct. Spyro. You guys good? We hope you are. So, at the time of this recording, a few days ago, this is probably either February 24th, 2004, or February 25th, 2004. 2024, sorry, not 2004, 2024, that we recently just found out that according to Toys for Bob, they are no longer part of Activision Blizzard, and they are going to be an indie company. Now, for those who don't know the history behind Toys for Bob, Toys for Bob is a game company that produces a ton of video games. You may recently know these guys because they were behind the Spyro Reignited trilogy. They helped with Crash 3, Insane version. They also were the guys who helped with Crash 4, It's About Time. And with these heavy titles behind them, it's a lot that has been going on with their brother company, Activision Blizzard. And for those who don't know what Activision Blizzard is, they're, of course, a gaming company. You've probably known them for some of their big titles like Call of Duty, the Crash Insane trilogy, the Spyro Reignited trilogy. They have a ton of things. They will also have Vicarious Visions under them as well. The Vicarious Visions, for those who don't know, the history of Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon, after the situation that happened at Universal, with Universal, Naughty Dog, and what was it? Oh, Insomniac, who ironically enough, Insomniac Games just turned 30 a few days ago. They both didn't have a really good contract with Sony, nor did they have, well, they had a good contract with Sony because they were able to do back-to-back generation claim, but unfortunately, Universal did them really dirty behind Crash and Spyro. So, they started licensing out Crash and Spyro to other gaming companies. This is Universal. And Universal ended up giving Spyro and Crash to a whole bunch of other companies. So, the early 2000s to the late, well, up until the Reignited trilogy, I would say, in the Insane trilogy, they were all done by Vicarious Visions. So we got games like, well, all the multi-platform games for Crash and Spyro. So that's Spyro on the GBA, Spyro on GameCube, Spyro on Xbox, and then Skylanders. Then that's Crash on GBA, Crash on GameCube, and then Crash at Titans. So all the games that fit in between the last PS1 release game, which was Crash Bash, up until the Insane trilogy, was all Vicarious Visions and Insomniac and all of them. While the same thing happened with Spyro from Spyro 3 all the way home. It is a lot to say because there's a lot of things that are speculated behind, so I'm going to use the term allegedly. But allegedly, the situation with them was that their contracts were really nasty, and they couldn't obtain the rights to their characters. I know, it sucks, but this is unfortunately what happens with a lot of game companies, for a lot of people who specialize in their games, in which, yeah, you have all the stuff that you want from your resources, but unfortunately, you don't keep, your tie-ins with a lot of the characters that you have from your franchise that you built. Especially because Insomniac built Spyro and Naughty built Crash. Because of how toxic things were getting, they decided to go for the IPs, which are more adult oriented. Insomniac went from Spyro into Ratchet, and then Naughty Dog going into Jack and Daxter. While Insomniac stayed with Ratchet and Clank, and eventually they started working on Spider-Man games, Naughty Dog has a weird tendency to, because they went with Jack and Daxter. They stopped, I believe, after Jack and the Last Precursors. They did, what was that one game? Uncharted? Yeah, they did the Uncharted series, and then they jumped to The Last of Us. So you're not going to see anything related to their previous IPs. Oh, this is the bell bullshit. Yeah. So, once after the alleged takeovers happened and everybody was under Universal just started giving them each other to start playing the games. I believe, someone can correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but I know for a fact Crash was under Vicarious Visions and Universal Studios, because those are games that helped. Those were the guys behind Crash the Leisure Ranger, which, funny enough, just turned 23 or 24 this year. Then there was Entrance, Crash, Wrath of Cortex. This is anything. Actually, I can look at Crash, the huge yeah, there it goes. Crash the Leisure Ranger, which was released February 25th of 2022, so it is actually 22 years old. Blizzard Albany is the guys behind it. So Blizzard. Oh, we have the Bandipedia. So yeah, Crash Bandicoot: The Huge Adventure, which was released under Universal Studios. That was by Konami Japan, and their developers were Vicarious. Okay, so Universal Interactive and Konami Japan was their release. So the official release date of these games were Japan. Oh, these are exclusive to EU and NA. There's no Japanese release. Oh wow. So the publishers were Vicarious Vision. No, Universal Interactive and Konami Japan. The developers was Vicarious Visions, and this was released, of course, for the Game Boy Advance. This game follows the inner release February 25th, 2002. EU got it March 15th of 2002, and February 26th in Australia of 2002. So basically, this game comes up right after Crash Crash 3, or the storyline picks up after Crash 3, where Cortex basically shrinks the Earth with his planetary meteorizer, and Crash Bandicoot has to go gather the crystals to help return the Earth to its proper size. This game has levels based off of Crash 2 and Crash 3. And it's a 2D with 2 and 5D aspects in certain sequences, such as a chase and jetpack. The sequel game for it was, of course, Crash, was released in 2003, known as Crash Bandicoot 2 Entrance for the Game Boy Advance. So yeah, these are the 2 Crash Bandicoot games that were released for the Game Boy Advance. And they follow up right after, I want to say, Crash 3. Well, this one has to follow up after Crash 3 because Crash Entrance has Coco and Crush in it. Coco isn't in. Oh no, she's in it. I'm sorry, she is in it because she sends Crash it's like Crash 2. She starts communicating with Crash, telling her about, hey, be careful, Cortex, because Cortex's minions are getting stronger. Cortex's minions to their shenanigans. So, I'm hoping a great point where you do it. So, my apologies. So, yeah, this is basically, it is unfortunate that the anniversary of this game release will also just announce that Crash Rumble Arena last update will be in March, and the game will be basically have no more updates. And it's kind of a a foot in their own mouths, because for those who don't know, Crash Bandicoot is exclusive only to PlayStation 5. There is no outside releases, and we don't know what the reason is for that. We have absolutely no idea. No one has any legitimate explanation for what is going on. But yeah, there is a lot of it behind the scenes stuff that is probably going on, and we don't know anything about it. So, because of the situation, they have basically just pushed everything to the side. So we don't even know the full lineup of things, because they're all being very secretive about it. It is what it is. But yeah, unfortunately, this will be the last update. That is the last unknown update for it. And then at that exact same time, a few days later, not Crash, but Toys for Bob is now announcing they're going to become a new company, and they're going to be working on their own projects, and they're going to be developers. Which I cannot wait to see what they do on their own, because holy shit, you can pull off not only Spyro Reignited, you guys can pull off Crash 3 and Crash 4. So I cannot wait to see what Toys for Bob, and I'm really picking it up because of money situations. What recently came out was Penny's Adventure, the game done by Christian Whitehead, the guy who was behind Sonic Mania, and T-Rex is the OST composer. So I really want to play that game with just the money situations right now, but because of certain other situations that I'll talk about in a separate video, I cannot wait to play Penny's Yo-Yo Adventure. I think that's what it's called. I forget what the name is, but I'm going to call it Penny's Yo-Yo Adventure because Penny has a yo-yo and she kicks ass with a yo-yo. And then there's also there are a lot of ways I have to pick up and that I do want to. I think the Penny one I definitely going to pick up and play. And then anything that Toys for Bob is going to be getting my hands on, I definitely want to. I'm going to get a hand on it. So it'll be very nice to see. And the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because we haven't heard a lot of news for Spyro or Crash. Well, mainly Spyro, because and I know this is a thing that I'm tackling because a lot of people have talked about it online. And a lot of people are very unhappy with the fact that Crash Bandicoot didn't get. Spyro hasn't gotten any new games, but Crash has. There might be some things that we don't know that's going on behind the scenes. And I think that's part of the reason why we haven't gotten any news in terms of Crash Bandicoot or in terms of Spyro, because Crash Bandicoot did a game for Spyro, for Crash. That was Crash on the world, but it's own console. It's console exclusive. And console exclusive games will always have a bad edge to them, because I guess if you're not a company like Nintendo where you can pull that off, Crash has been multi-platform since leaving the PlayStation 1 era. And even then, they remade those PlayStation 1 era games. We have the Insane Trilogy stemming from that, as well as CTR Nitro Fuel, which runs both all the levels from Crash Team Racing, as well as all the levels from Crash Nitro Kart, the sequel Crash Racing game. So it is a lot that a lot of people were hoping for, that maybe Spyro would join in on it, and we get a Spyro 4. A lot, we don't talk about Crash Spyro Insert Dragon. There's a lot of this that is going on, and a lot of Spyro fans were very unhappy. It felt like they could have at least, catered to Spyro with more of the situation. Unfortunately, this didn't happen. It is a sad thing because, in my opinion, I feel like the game for Spyro definitely did need a lot more added to them. And I feel like, to be very honest with you, I feel like we were very much cheated, because there is so much that could easily be happen, and I don't understand why it's happened. But like I said, there are things behind this, behind the scenes that we don't know, and because of this, I can't speak on it. But yeah, it is one of those things where I feel like hopefully eventually we will get a new Spyro game, and hopefully we will get another Crash game. Hopefully they will decide to move Crash, because Crash 4 is multi-platform now, so it's on. Well, it's on PC now. I don't know if you are familiar with it, probably have, but I know there are a lot of mixed reviews for Crash 4 because the Crash 4 is difficult. For those who don't know, Crash 4, it's about time. It's now the game that follows after the Insane trilogy, and is supposed to be the fourth game in the lineup because a lot of people didn't really like Crash the last podcast for many reasons. But Coco and Crash are playable. It's not Cortex as the main villain, but she doesn't really find a boss. But it's Entropy, who warps time and space, and she basically sends our heroes on this chase through time and space. They encounter a lot of different former villains like Dr. Engine, Dr. Embryo, and you basically find out that there's a female version of Entropy. She's helping our Entropy, the male Entropy, to try to take over the universe. They're using the powers of Uka Uka in order to do this. It looks like a bit of a cliffhanger where Uka now has the powers back, and she's able to warp time and space now. So it's a major cliffhanger, and we want to take the Crash 5 to see what it does. At the time after Crash 4 and after the United Trilogy stuff, Toy for Bob and Oliver were pulled in to do Call of Duty, and Call of Duty latest game on that time tanked hard. So it was like, okay, well, they were throwing us Crash Rumble related. The thing about Crash Rumble, and from what I've heard from a lot of people, because a lot of people that have played it, it is a microtransaction flip-flop of a game, and if you thought the microtransactions that were sneaked in behind closed door that snuck in on us with Crash Nitro Heart and Crash T-Rex Nitro Food was easy. I heard Robo was good. Yeah. I heard a lot of things about Robo were not good. So that's also I'm like, oof. I'm glad it isn't multi-platform, and I'm kind of glad it is sitting there on the axis of the series. Then there was this whole thing as well of, everyone is recognizing Spyro's 25th anniversary, but the company that has been now, which is Microsoft. Microsoft, from what I understand, did not say anything about Crash, Spyro. I don't think they said anything about Crash. They consider Crash and Spyro on now 25 years old. Well, Crash is 27 as of September of 2023. Spyro is now 25 as of September 2020. The first Spyro game came out the same year as the first as Crash 3. Because there's a demo on Crash 3 where you can play Spyro 1, and Spyro 1 you can play them as 1. Or Crash 3 where you can play as Coco on the jet ski level, and you can interact with, you can actually play with Coco Bandicoot. I think it's past this level. I think it's the first ski level. I think it's 1291. No, 1291. So yeah, it's the first jet ski level. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, it's that level that you play as Coco, and then there's an incredible demo for Crash, but I think the demo gets really bad when you try to play as Spyro. But yeah, it's crazy how these two series yet again are now in a limbo state after having such a very successful return to modern consoles. It is upsetting because as a fan of Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon, because it wasn't Crash is the reason why we were PlayStation. For those who don't know my history with Crash, my cousin had a PlayStation, No, this is back in the day when PlayStation was a hot thing. We either had a PlayStation or we had a 64, and we had a 64. My cousin had a good. No, like we had a 64. We did have a really good both, and my cousin had a PlayStation. So we went on my cousin's house for his birthday, and we were playing his PlayStation, and I had no. I think the first appearance for Crash Bandicoot, the first version to making his X4. Like he had X4. Because one of the bosses in the game is a spider boss with an electric web. The only one who knows that boss, you can tell in the comment section if that's X4. Is that X4? I'm not sure. I can't remember the name. But I got to play a little more game, but I was really more into playing Crash, and I got to play Crash 2 when I first game. My first Crash game I played. I was so interested in Crash Bandicoot, I asked my mom for it. Lucky and behold, my 5th grade promotion, she buys me Crash Bandicoot 1 for my PlayStation, and I got a PlayStation that for my graduation. So I got Pokemon cards for Neo Genesis, and then we got bam, your PlayStation and your PlayStation games. Because I think there's Crash, Crash 1, CTR, and some other stuff that was added to it. But I can't remember. Oh, I do know this. That had like a couple of games like that. But then we finally got to play the X-Men games. Alright, but I'm not a big fighter. And that's pretty much that. That was the fighter. Probably a different bit. And then Crash 1 for that was on the Naughty Dog, so I didn't know it was Crash 1. And then Crash Nitro Crash, which I fell in love with Crash 1. And then I got to play Crash 3 because my mom bought that for my birthday. And that was my second full Crash. That was the first Crash I ever did. 105%. Oh no, 104% or 3% because I didn't know about alcohol, I didn't know about Xbox. And at first you have to get all of the gold relics and stuff in order to get the full thing. And Coco gives you the final gem, which is 105%. So learning that years later, it's like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, that's the reason I introduced to Crash. Now I got introduced to Spyro when there was a demo code in Crash Team Racing, where they really tell you like, if you press the certain these selected buttons, you play the game on Spyro 2. And that's how I got introduced to Spyro 2. I got to play Colossus and Microphones from Spyro 2. That's kind of love with the game. And my mom bought me the Greatest Hits collection for Spyro Trilogy on the PlayStation. That was Spyro 1, Spyro 2, and Spyro 3. And I didn't know that the music in the Greatest Hits version was different from the original version till I was years older, like by 2 decades, and then was able to listen to the original music, and I love both the original and the Greatest Hits version. And I believe the Greatest Hits versions are what they use. Because I believe we're listening to the Greatest Hits version of it. If I'm not mistaken, this should be Midnight Mountain. Oh, which one is this? This is. I know it's this. I know this is the Desert Level. Yeah, this is the Desert Level. If I'm not mistaken. The Haunted Mines. So this level actually, what is it? Yeah, this one was actually changed later on. Because if I'm not mistaken, yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, and I apologize for that bad, yeah, if this is what I think it is, which I think it is, this is this is Haunted Mines. So this Haunted Mines, hold on. Yeah, you see, those are 2 different Haunted Mines. So that was the greatest hits version, and that was the original version. So you just heard the greatest hits version. This is the original version, and then this one right here. This is Dynamite's original, and this is Dynamite's greatest hits. So you're hearing two different variations of of these iconic tracks because in the original games they did a change up of the original game. I am trying to change stuff here. I don't know what I just. Okay, there we go. But there we go. So yeah, these are different. These are like different ones from the Spyro trilogy. That you're hearing. And I should have Cloud Circle. Yeah, because everybody had a different version of this. And that's the greatest hits version of Alpine Ridge, which is all done by Smooth. But yeah, we just didn't hear much from. But yeah, that was my introduction to Spyro, and I got the greatest hits version, and then the greatest hits version, which I beat Spyro 2. I didn't finish Spyro 3 or Spyro 1 because I still had a lot of stuff. But I beat the bosses, but I didn't do like the posters. So, yay. I did beat the Reignited trilogy. And also, if you look on my Archive Plays channel, you can see my Plays and Archives channel. You can see me 100%ing all of the Reignited trilogy games, and then you also see me 100%ing. Well, I didn't 100% all the Crash. I did. I beat Crash 2. I did 100% Crash 1, and then I did complete 103% Crash 3. The only one I never 100% was Crash 2. Simply because I hate fucking what was that level? Tier 4 gave me trouble. Tier 4 and Tier 5 gave me. That's why. And I was just like, you know what? I just want to get through the game. I was already dealing with lagging issues at that point too, because I was like, I left Crash and Spyro. And Spyro didn't give me as much. Spyro didn't give me as much trouble as Crash did. Go figure. And I'm not playing Crash 4 because I don't really get Crash 4 on my own. And Crash 4 is always out of issues, so we're good. We're definitely good. So yeah, I'm not gonna play Crash 2. I'll play Crash 4. And I basically just left it like the original game. And I think I played the video game. The only video game I have played for the Spyro video games, they're all isometric platformers, and they're their own beast as it is. But yeah, we're in the limbo where we want to know what's going to happen to Crash and Spyro because they haven't said anything since the announcement. And I think that was done by whoever's over Crash 1.3, and I know it's not right here officially. So I was hosted by. So yeah, we're in limbo now. Regardless, I hope both the series gets back on their feet. And I hope we do get some new stuff from Crash and Spyro eventually. Because I don't want what happened before to happen with Crash and Spyro, where here's the game and we're done type of situation. And it's not fair because the Spyro and Crash fans were really excited. And with all the effort and stuff put into it, don't leave your cash, don't leave your money, don't leave while the iron is hot. You keep it going. Otherwise, we're playing mediocre ass Spyro. Mediocre Mario and Sonic games, and I'm leaving that for a whole nother video. So I have some things to say about the latest two Mario and Sonic games. Oh, Oh, especially Sonic's. I'm maybe not for a separate video. Anyway, um, Crash and Spyro, because I love them. There's a lot of stuff that eventually will happen that we have to wait and see. And as for Toys for Bob, because a lot of people thought Toys for Bob was shutting down, and they're like, no, we're not shutting down. We're just becoming a company because we where they were working at, the building got bought out. So now they're just going to become an indie company and work probably remotely from home. If that's the thing, and they're, like I said, they're going to be indie developers. So that, that at least valid thing, because now people are going to say, what can you do on your own? Like, or what games, what are your assets and pieces that you're going to be making? I would love to see Stuart Copeland join Play for Bob and create masterpiece soundtrack or whatever game they're going to come up with or whatever plans they have. Which would be nice. And then I believe Spyro is in Crash on the Arena. I think it's Spyro, Aurora, and Ripto. Or I don't know if Ripto was the first one released, and then Spyro and Aurora. They only got the same years. I don't even know if Tom Kenny even is voicing Spyro or if it Carlos Almas Rocky who's voicing Spyro. Spyro in Arena. There's an arena for Spyro based off of the Dragon Realms and the Realms from Spyro 2. So, yeah, there's a lot of that there. That is Spyro 1 and 3, because Spyro 3, you're back in the Dragon Realms, but you're in the Forbidden Realm. In Spyro 1, you're in the Dragon Realm Towers. 2, you're in the world of Avalar. There you go. So, if you jump a portal, and the portal accidentally sends you, something in the Dragon Shores ends up sending him to Glimmer, which is an Avalar. And Avalar is its own dimension, I believe, because they say it's a different dimension from the dimension that is part of the Dragon. Just work with me here, people. But I would love to see more of that, at least. I can't wait to see what they could do. But, yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot going on. Ooh, this is Dry Canyon from the Reignited trilogy. So, yeah, there's a lot here. There's definitely a lot here. Moving on from that, there is like a lot of the cliffhanger stuff that we're dealing with. That we're most likely going to experience in the next couple of weeks, because as y'all know, there is no more E3, so that means most companies are probably going to either rely on the summer game show to release content, or Nintendo and Sony can just do their own thing. They can do their own state of play stuff, so that way it's easy for them to release information. But I don't know what Nintendo will. State of play, and Nintendo can do with their rights, but I don't know about anything else. They're probably gonna have to rely on the summer game show, unless they're gonna be partnered up with Nintendo or Sony and be like, we're gonna do this there. I know Sega is really good at doing their own thing. They don't need the help exactly, so they should be fine. And other than that, I really don't know what else major generation. Sonic's next birthday is going to be with months. Because the anniversary of Sonic 1 is January 23rd. So, kind of see what Sonic will be doing, what they'll be doing for Sonic's 33rd birthday this year. So 30th anniversary, we got the Sonic Symphony, we got Sonic Frontiers, which is really, really good. DLC is a hot mess, but that's another video. And then we got Sonic Superstars, which that's gonna be our own video. So, podcast on, so we talk about Sonic. But yeah, so we kind of have to see what things will be happening. Then there was some things about Sonic 3 movie, which is really, really good. Knuckles' side series, which is really, really good. I heard some things about that too. Um, because there was some information leaked about that the episodes for Knuckles are going to be like an hour episode. It's going to be like a mini series, it's going to be an hour long. And then everyone is going, basically that's how that's going to fan out, and then it's going to help lead into the Sonic 3 movie, which should be good because a lot of people are speculating we're going to probably see Rouge's design or Rouge the Bat in the Knuckles series, because remember at the beginning of Sonic Adventure 2, we see Rouge and Knuckles interacting right there in Chelsea level, the hidden base, in which, Eggman steals the Master Emerald. Well, tries to steal the Master Emerald. Knuckles breaks the Master Emerald into its shards, and Rouge is pissed off at Knuckles for the fact that he broke the Master Emerald. But let's be real, Knuckles knew he was breaking the Master Emerald for a reason, and that was to basically prevent Eggman from using the Master Emerald for evil, and to keep Rouge's grubby little back claws off. But everyone is excited to see Rouge. Everyone is excited to see Jim Carrey's return. Of course, we did get an announcement earlier in the month that Live and Learn. Well, Crush 40 made the announcement. It was Johnny Giorelli. He made the announcement that Live and Learn will be in the Sonic 3 movie. And I'm very excited about that. Of course, that was one of the major things that we wanted in Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 was more Sonic music. So now that Crush 40 is confirmed to have music in the shot, in the movie, I hope we get a whole lot. I hope they play more Sonic music in the movie, because I listen. SA2 soundtrack is right there. Just ask Sega. That's all we're asking. We want to hear Escape from the City. We want to hear, we want to hear some raps. If we gotta get Honey P for whatever dungeon he's in right now, get him. Although there's a lot of speculation about that, and that's only because of how things happened a few years back. For those who don't know what happened a few years back, Honey P had got released from jail for whatever things happened, and she was working with this lady. I can't remember her name, so I can remember that. But they were doing like some Knuckles Rouge based music to celebrate, I think it was Sonic's 25th anniversary, or whatever. And Honey P was running around screaming that, there's this new project, and he came in for everybody to hear what's going on, and everybody gets excited, and Sonic Team was like, I don't have no idea what he's talking about, and now we're going to go reverse, but Honey P was lying, and the girl he was working with, she basically put the cat out of the bag. It was like, he was very rude and disrespectful to her. He called her a lot of names. There was a lot of DN situation. And we ended up, I think, canceling Honey P. I didn't cancel Honey P's music. I just canceled Honey P. Because sadly enough, Tony Otani said that you'll have to, release hidden music from. He would love to do more music from the Adventure era, but when he released Passion and Pride, anthems from the Sonic Adventure era, he basically said he would have loved to do instrumental versions of some of the levels, but that would also mean but then it kind of, was like, well, you did Pumpkin Hill for Sonic Runners, and he was like, yeah, that's it. And then turn around, and then there's a Pumpkin Hill remix by Tony Otani. You can find it online. He did a Pumpkin Hill remix. It's on Sega. I think it's on Sega's website, or Sega's YouTube channel. There is a remix of Pumpkin Hill. It takes out, what was it? It does remove Honey P, but it keeps, everything that is traditional from Pumpkin Hill. And then there's also, if I'm not mistaken, there was a video that surfaced for the Sonic Symphony where there is a custom version of Pumpkin Hill. So you can't, Tony Otani, you can't hide no more, my friend. Like, you just dropped like 2 booming ass soundtracks soundtracks for Sonic Frontiers, you can pop out some stuff. Like you can get Jen in the studio, and you guys can create the adventure era again, because that's what everyone is very. That's pretty much what everybody wants now at this point. Is we want SA1 and SA2 remake. Or remake for SA1 and SA2. Unfortunately, we're not going to get that this year because, as the announcement was made, we're getting Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, which of course is basically Sonic Generations ports to the modern consoles, and then they're adding levels for Shadow. Basically, him going through time and space like Sonic did, and he's now taking on Black Doom again, who has now resurfaced because the Time Eater messed with time, and now, bam, he's now taking on his father. Again, get spoilers for that, guys. On Black Doom is actually Sonic's father. I mean, Shadow's father. Alongside with Joe about me. See, look how Sega was just being so hip and fresh. Shadow had two dads in a weird interstellar relationship. It's very complicated. But somebody's blood crosses somebody's DNA, and bam, they pop out of Shadow. I want a Violet. Because Violet was a prototype of the Ultimate Life. Who is also in Generations 2. He's in Generations 1. It is Generations 2. You have to know about that, yeah. We're going to include the levels from 3DS. We're going to include the 3DS levels. Because if you have it, actually, you don't have to 3DS. Sonic Generations, a lot of Sonic Generations on 3DS and Shop. And one of them was Sonic Generations. I'm still confused that Sonic Generations did not get a port. At least there was no Wii version. Or there was no Wii U version. It's sad, but Lost World got it. Lost World did get it. And I bought Lost World PC, so I didn't get the additional stuff that they put in the Wii U version. For those who don't know what's in the Wii U version, which I think there are like downloadable content for it, or mods for it, there's a Yoshi's Woolly World variant in Sonic Generations that you can play on the Yoshi stuff, and then there's a Legend of Zelda open world base level that leads into like a dungeon level, and they have the music from The Legend of Zelda, and they got music from Yoshi's Woolly World in Sonic Lost World. So you can play both of those on their own consecutively. But yeah, Sonic has a whole outfit that he has the tunic of the Hero of Time. You see Skyward Sword Link. If you have the Hyrule Field version, which is love it. And then you have the dungeon theme. There's the dungeon theme from, I think, Zelda 1? I think it's Zelda 1's dungeon theme remade by Jun Sano in the Legend of Zelda DLC. And then there's the New World stuff, which I think was Koji Kondo, who's the guy behind a lot of the Mario stuff. Because a lot of people, because the Sonic Lost World is exclusive to PC and it's exclusive to Wii U. And a lot of people were like, oh, in the 3DS, because the 3DS version of it. I never played 3DS version of Sonic Lost World. I heard it's kind of a mayhem because there is the trying to collect the, what was it? Oh, you have to play the the special stages for it to get the Chaos Emeralds are hot as mess. Like, they were way better in Rush. They were better in Sonic Colors. They are god awful in Sonic Lost World. Hell, even Sonic Generations was better, but it was just a ton of hype. It was tight from Sonic Heroes. But yeah, a lot of that was eventually added, but then it was just like, oh, these are a thing. These are a thing that come up. And it was just like, okay, what do we do now? Are we like just waiting for this stuff, or are we just, it fluctuates with everything. But yeah, Sonic Lost World was kind of mid-tier. I'm not gonna lie, it's a experience when someone played it. It has great music, don't get me wrong, it's and I don't like the Deadly Six. I never tried the Deadly Six. I heard they got better things, like in like the IDW comics, and even then that was much of a big stretch. Zaz is probably one besides Zaz and Dragon Dude. Not really much of any cameo to the others. Just Zaz and I can't remember the big guy, the one that's supposed to represent anger. But yeah, they're all. Oh, Zavik. There we go. Zavik. Zavik is in Sonic. He's in Sonic Forces. As a boss, because he's like, I think he's Sonic's first or second boss or whatever. Because he's the boss that you beat up before you escape the prison, and then you're escaping the prison to get back to the others and get home. Because the Avatar guy, Hero, he helps you escape. You help Sonic escape, and then you guys go on the shuttle and you get back to Mobius. I don't call it Sonic's world. I know Sonic's world is Mobius. Mobius, and you guys help the rest of the gang fight Eggman and the clones that he's made, and then you find out from Shadow that Shadow's been working behind the scenes trying to stop Eggman and all of that. So we get a lot of glimpses of things in here, because not only did the hot mess, Sonic Forces did try. Keyword here is try. Excuse me. Good. I cannot believe that is like 70 years old. Because also another thing to point out is happy birthday to the Nintendo Switch. Is as of today, it is now 7 years old. The Nintendo Switch was released March 3rd of 2017, along with Breath of the Wild, Let's Switch, Bomberman 64, Bomberman R, and then all the games that were on the eShop at the time of the Switch's release. So happy birthday to all of those games. When I picked up my Switch, I didn't pick up my Switch until April. And in April, I got Breath of the Wild. I got Breath of the Wild and Bomberman 64, which is also funny though, because literally a few weeks later, here comes Mario Kart. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe got released. And then, funny enough, they ended up like it took it 5 years later for it to get DLC. Even though it was Thursday, I know. But Mario Kart is a very good, and then they started adding more games to the lineup of the Switch, which is great. Because there's a lot of the Switch games. Because I didn't really, that happened with the Switch. I was able to play Bayonetta 1 and 2. And yes, I did get to play with the Queen. Oh yeah, that was awesome. And one of the stuff for the Switch, because the Switch is an awesome system. I can't believe it's been 7 years since the Switch was released. If you guys haven't played the Switch, please go play the Switch. Please go buy a Switch. Whether it's the Switch Lite, the Switch, the original Switch, the Switch OLED. The Switch is probably one of the biggest systems that I could ever recommend. It's so many games in its library. It's such a good gaming console. It's family friendly. It's fellow player friendly. It's got all damn RPGs on it. It's a really, really good game system, and I definitely highly recommend it. I'm not saying Nintendo is really good at a lot of stuff. It does, because I'm so upset about the Direct where Japan got number 3, and we're still sitting here like, well, we're never gonna get number 3. And I feel like this supposed to be, regional. I definitely feel like they should give us number 3. And now I gotta make a Japanese account just to get it, to play Mother so huge. I did that. I might question market, but I feel like that'd just be a whole bunch of money that for a whole bunch of money I'd be adding to a whole other country in order to play a game that should be released here. If anything, I mean, just release it in Japanese. It's bad dubbing. It's fine. But yeah, that was just like my whole gripe and stripe with that. So yeah, there's just like a lot of the here and there things that have been going on. what other things can we talk about? There's some upcoming stuff, but I'm gonna wait for another video to talk about that. So I think this is good enough um for today's podcast. I think we're about 50 minutes in. Yeah, this is not gonna be a very long podcast today, guys. Just because I was supposed to make sections 4 and 5, but I think we're just gonna do section 4 for this week. I have to get emotionally, physically, really, from Digimon stuff that I'll talk about Digimon, um, when that's still be something. Yeah, there's just a lot going on this week. A lot of things I'll talk about. Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay, so, yeah, we can get came out. We can just wrap up today's podcast session. So, thank everybody for coming. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast. If you guys are liking the podcast, we give the podcast some likes and reviews. For every 5 likes, I will definitely do another podcast. The next podcast will. Oh, this is a good one because actually you guys are voting right now online for the podcast. There were a couple of votes for what's one of my future podcast sessions be. Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Pokemon are tying right now. As of hold on, because I can check the post now. There's a post poll. Yeah, here's the poll. So currently, I think all 3 of them are tied. Yeah, all 3 are tied with 200. Yeah, with 23, with 22% of the vote. Please, one person voted for each one. So Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, YouTube, and Twitch are tied at 33%. There are no votes for any others, no comment left. Yeah, if you guys want to know what the next future podcast session could potentially be, you gotta vote on it. Go vote on it. I'm rolling the dice. And here's where it goes there. So I think session 5 will most likely be up maybe on Wednesday, March 6th, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know exactly what I'll do. I do need to start doing podcasts for generations, for the Pokemon stuff that I wanted to do. I was going to do Pokemon stuff for the retrospectives. I might start doing the podcast actually. Podcast for generations 1 through 6. The generations of Pokemon from 1 through 9. But I don't know if they should be podcasts or should they just be their own thing. It's very unlikely. I will figure it out. But with that said, thank you guys so much for coming. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe as it helps me out tremendously. You hit that notification bell to be informed when I upload my content to my channel. The social media links you guys are in the description box below. You guys can interact with me on social right here. The next my next podcast will be, like I said, March 6th, 2024. And I'll probably let you guys know ahead of time what the ordeal will be for that. But with that said and done, thanks everyone for watching. HPJ signing out. Take care. Bye.